Let's get into this AFC. Caleb, your Bills.
I'll start off by
Chiefs.
saying this. I was saying our past shows that I was nervous. What was the reason I was nervous? I explained it very detailed in our first one. They barely beat the Colts.
Yeah.
Now, they were clearly the better team, but they barely won. They also, everybody talks, they stomped the Ravens.
No, they barely beat the Ravens too.
It was 17
the score
to 3.
The score did not tell the whole story of the game. Yeah, no.
It was 17-3, and guess what? It was 10-3 without that interception returned by Taron Johnson.
Or 10-10 if he doesn't intercept it. Yeah.
I think the Bills are a phenomenal team. They're up and coming.
Very young. Very young.
And most of the key players on the team, they're going to be there next year.
Yep.
And that's why you heard Diggs and Allen after the game, we'll be here next year.
The great thing is, the head coach is young.
Yeah.
He's still young. Then you got
good coach, too.
Quarterback, very young. Wide receiver, very young. The only piece that I say that team is missing, a solid running back.
I don't think Singletary's bad.
He's not.
But he's not a premier running back
He's
in the
not.
NFL.
He's not, but there's another thing we're missing that you didn't bring up, okay? Did we have any pass rush on Patrick Mahomes?
No, but how many people?
But it's kind of hard to do that.
Hold up.
You want to play the majority of the game and contain with Patrick Mahomes.
And that's what they did.
What they did.
They did it.
The problem is when you sacrifice to contain, then you give him enough time in the pocket to set up a picnic table and start, making a sandwich. He's eating chips. He's throwing horseshoes with the guy next to him. He's got all kinds of time back there.
Okay, the man said we haven't seen a pass rush against Patrick Mahomes. You might see one in 2 weeks.
I don't think it matters.
Well, we got plenty of time to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about
Super
the
Bowl
Super Bowl
Sunday.
later.
But anyway, great season for the Bills. Great season.
Great season. I watched today. I watched the final table jump. It made me a little sad. I was hoping to see more.
We were kind of hoping that you were going to go through the table.
I would have loved to have done it.
We were going to hope for it.
When they went up 9-0, I was sitting on my couch and I'm like, it doesn't feel like the Bills are winning. Like they're up 9-0.
So
after that muff punt. And by the way, that receiver, what's his name?
Hardman, right?
Hardman, number 17. Yeah.
He did a great job bouncing back.
He sure did.
Did he? The coaching staff did, because they went right back to him.
They did.
Yeah. I mean, that's important.
Normally, you don't see that.
Same could be said. I know we just got done talking about the Tampa game, but how about Godwin dropping that ball and then Brady going right back to him deep down the middle and trusting him to catch that ball? But yeah, you're right. Hardman, they went right back to him and said, "Come on, kid.
At the beginning of the show,
let's go."
Coaching matters.
It does. And Andy Reid versus,
yes,
Did anyone else feel confident for the Bills
at
after 9-0?
At 9-0, I didn't feel confident. I was like, wow, I'm surprised that they're up 9-0. However, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and I mean, they went out of their damn minds for the rest of the game.
When I picked the Bills last week, I picked the Bills counting on Mahomes' foot not being 100%, and maybe there being something with the concussion. I was wrong.
I picked the Bills because I needed to catch up some points.
I only want to keep total.
Which, by the way, I went 0-2.
Guys, Kelsey and Hill, unbelievable.
Oh my God.
It's one of those things where you just never see it. And this is nothing against Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a great quarterback, but I think I've said this on the show here before. You put Deshaun Watson, you put Russell Wilson, you put Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady behind that offense, the same thing is going to happen.
Oh, I agree.
You cannot. This guy runs a 5-yard slant and goes 70 fucking yards. Are you kidding me? 70 yards on a 5-yard slant. Give us a break.
Man, I want to see this guy's route running. Like, he's so fast you can't even tell if he's really running a route. That's how fast he is.
You don't even know if he's you don't even know how good of a route runner he is.
How about Kelsey? He runs routes like I think you said it. He runs routes like a freaking wide receiver.
He not only does that, but he gets lost in traffic very easily.
Yeah,
and I don't know how.
I was like,
one of the biggest dudes on the field.
How did he just get that open for a shovel pass back to him?
I mean, he's a tight, and that's not even the first time they've done that. It's like the fourth time they've done it this year. But I mean, he gets lost very easily in traffic, and then all of a sudden, he's got the speed of he's faster than most tight ends. He's not as fast as most receivers, but he's in the middle, so he can break away from that safety or that defensive back or that linebacker that's on him, and then he just he's wide open. It's like where?
And he's so big, it's hard to
Oh
bring
my
out.
God,
Yeah.
man, it's ridiculous.
The one thing I think is crazy is how much more of a dominant team the Chiefs are compared to everybody else in the AFC.
It's unreal.
They are.
And
It's just
honestly,
not even a competition.
I think that just goes to show that the Browns, even though it was a close game, it probably would not have been a close game if Mahomes didn't go out.
No,
I don't really think it would have been. I think they kind of.
Oh, if he was in for the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they laid back a little bit with Henny. They were like, "Hey, kid," or I guess old guy,
Veteran.
Go in there for the kid, and they try not to make too many mistakes. But we're gonna help you out with the play calling and stuff. We're gonna run the ball a lot. But yeah, absolutely, they're on a whole nother level. And I mean, we're gonna get into that on our Super Bowl show. I know we are. When we're talking about, like I said in our chat, if this kid, he could very well become the new GOAT if he keeps playing at this level the way he has been. If they keep that team together, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of money to keep that team together and a lot of cap hits. But
they don't have to worry about money with him. He's already out of the way. Kelsey's out of the way.
No, that's what I'm saying. But
they play all three the big players. They pay them.
When he doesn't have all those weapons, that's when the true we're gonna see. Just kind of like when Russell Wilson had all his weapons too. When they went on their little couple Super Bowl runs and they won and then they lost with they should.
Russell Wilson. What we saying,
bro? When you have
weapons on defense,
when you have beast mode in the backfield and you have that defense, you don't have to do a whole lot.
That's it. He
Of course, beast mode didn't count on the goal line. But
then,
whatever, we're gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out because Super Bowl Sunday, he can do himself a favor by stopping Brady from getting 7, and he picks up one. And then at the end of the game, anybody see Josh Allen throw that little ball?
Yeah, I think that was a bitch move. I really do.
Frustration.
I think it was a lot of frustration. I got it. It was it wasn't a late hit, but it was a later hit. But that started a whole shitstorm because
he was already wrapped up.
Then the Bills are retaliating.
He hit the ground.
And then Mahomes, he did a good job stopping players on the bench from going out there.
He did. Hey, like we said, a quarterback is a field general, man.
Yeah, that shows good leadership qualities, though.
But I know we're about to wrap up and go to UFC, but I got to say one other thing. I think the thing that was very apparent to me too with the Bucs Saints game was how much of a leader Tom Brady is. You got Shaq Barrett that is getting asked questions in the post-game interview about the defense, and he fucking brings up Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady motivates the defense. My God, what a freaking leader!
Did you see?
And by the way, what was the first thing he did after the game? Went over and saw who?
His son.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a leader, man. He is a leader.
Did you hear what he told Devin? What's the other linebacker? No, not White. The other one.
Levante
Davis. He was saying something about he was upset he didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady was like, "I didn't make the Pro Bowl either.
No,
we have a much bigger goal to get to."
Yeah, I think that was Devin.
And
actually.
speaking of which, I didn't even know he had a kid in his first marriage. I really didn't.
Yeah, the oldest.
First time I found out about that, and my dad was the one to point it out.
I just thought it was so crazy. I'm here watching the post-game interview with Shaq Barrett, and he brings up Tom Brady. Like,
right.
this guy's, anyway.